Welcome to today's SAMMIT Raw video, guys, where I'm going to be giving you a tour of my toolbox. This is actually something I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and I think it really shows, I guess, what kind of mechanic or what kind of person someone is. You can really get a good idea of their personality and what's going on just by looking at their toolbox. And I gotta say, this is a little embarrassing because, yeah, kind of letting you guys in on a little bit of my personal life, I guess, in a way. But the top part is something that just, we sit anything and everything here, from gloves to Vaseline. That actually shouldn't be there. That's probably just Daiki threw that there. But all my gloves and all that type of stuff, plus random brand new wrap things that I know we're gonna need soon. My LTT Creator Edition screwdrivers, more grease, things that we use very frequently, a spare hat if I need it, another spare hat if I need it, a bunch of stickers and heat shielding, and tape measures go here too. So just like random stuff go here, like the old chip knot from my FD car. Look at this thing, it looks like a little pool ball. Anyways, so yeah, top part doesn't really count, but this is a Kirkland signature toolbox. I bought this thing from Costco on sale here in Japan. I think I got the whole thing for like 50,000 Japanese yen. This was the last one left, and it was their display model one. So what was good about that is I didn't have to assemble it. What was bad about that is that it came with a few little scratches and things like that, which I just don't care, because I just needed a toolbox and I didn't want to spend, I think the cheapest one I could find here was $8,000, which was just mind blowing. Oh yeah, and they're really short. This one's actually kind of somewhat tall, so it's kind of nice for me. So I guess how I want to start this is just go from the top and work our way through. So we'll start with this side. Top drawer. This is where you're going to find things like tweezers, scissors, cutters, and pens, as well as light bulbs. And PRP sends me these from time to time. We call them a cockosaurus. It's fine. It's a SAMMIT Raw channel. We're good. We're good. We might need to blur it. Next drawer on the right-hand side, this is our glue drawer, sticky drawer. So anything that needs to hold something, glue something, or lubricate something is kind of in this drawer. You've got dielectric silicone grease, you've got thread sealer, Loctite, RTV, thread compound, DG5 coilover lube. Yeah, pretty much very straightforward. Now this is my random man drawer. This is where I throw things in that are just random things that I know one day I'll need. That is just where they live. So this is like a cover for a negative terminal on a battery with the wiring and the loom. Some random China gaskets that came with my wastegate on the Bogan 32 that I replaced with genuine ones, that this could be a good backup one day. You know, AliExpress turbo whistle. Random old blow-off valve that came off my K-van, I think. You know, just random fittings and stuff. Like, okay, I shouldn't keep this because I have like boxes of brand new ones, but just in case I need this one day, you know, I just chopped that off and threw that in there because it's a good fitting that could still be reused one day. You know, a bag of like 1,000 1/8 MPT bungs that I got from, was it the GTR festival, when I could stick my hand in that box of Tomei things and pull as many out as I could for 500 yen. So yeah, you know, like just random stuff. This is called like the man drawer, you know, like just random things that someday I know I'll need, that just go in the drawer and they disappear, out of sight, out of mind, you know? Cool. Moving over to this side, top drawer, screwdrivers and drill bits and little pry plastic bars for pulling apart interior and stuff like that. So everything kind of goes in there that's screwdriver related. Second drawer here, anything that has two handles, like this, you know, multi-grips, or I think you guys call these channel locks maybe. We've got some nice ones. This guy from Switzerland gave us these Canix picks? Anyways, these are really nice. These are actually my favorite tools. You know, anything with two handles that clamps and cuts, and yeah, you get the gist. This is my electric drawer. I would love to get another whole toolbox just dedicated to electric stuff, because this is overflowing into boxes now, like on the shelves. But this is pretty much where heat shrink is, all my wiring is, you know, soldering iron, terminals, all that type of stuff. Can you see inside here much? Yeah, so like, you know, plugs, tape, electrical tape. There's a little random battery charger there, a bunch of random wire that's all tangled up. I should really clean through it more. Crimpers are in here too, my multimeter, everything that you can think of electrical is in here, even resistors. Moving on to the second part of the toolbox, because this is kind of like removable, this top one, is this drawer. And this is the drawer we probably use the most because it has like all of our sockets and things like that in here. I try to keep things kind of tidy. There's a fair few tools that are currently out and about being used on a lot of the cars that are being worked on right now, but you get the gist of it. All the sockets, we have no particular brand. I try to not like just spend a stupid amount of money here. You've heard me say this before, but Snap-on, if you think it's expensive in the US and Australia, in Japan, it's like 10 times more expensive. It is crazy how expensive it is here. So when actually I do go to the States, I try to, you know, if the tool truck stops by a friend's shop while I'm there, I'll buy some like Mako stuff or Snap-on stuff because it's so much cheaper there than it is here. I bring back Milwaukee tools from time to time. Anything that I can get over there, I bring it back. And it's just so much affordable. It's so much more affordable than buying it here in Japan. But I have random brands in here, from just random stuff on Amazon, random stuff that I've bought at car events. Like Tone has normally a booth set up, and normally at events they do 20% off. So that's when it's like worth it for me to buy some stuff. Like even my torque wrenches, AC Delco ones, they're not too bad actually. They're pretty good. Like just a lot of Amazon bought stuff. This was another gift from a fan when they visited the shop. We have the retail store open for people to come and visit during the week, during business hours. It's on Google Maps. And when they buy merch, sometimes they'll bring gifts and things like that. And this guy literally brought some of the coolest stuff. Look at this, full impact set of Allen keys. We needed these so bad. And this is actually a pretty decent brand too. It's from Switzerland again, Beltima. Beltima? I don't know how that's spelled or pronounced, but this brand. Anyways, they're good. They haven't broken yet. I have some old Snap-on ones here maybe. No, these are Tone ones. So yeah, a lot of these tools though, because they're cheap, they do break. Like I have broken off bits on these torque bits a lot, but they still work. Yeah, ever since Rudnick came, there's a few broken Allen key bits. But anyways, you know, random other toolkit that I got from Amazon, which is just all different Allens and stuff like that for all the different types of bolts that are on Toyotas. For some reason they use those a lot with like diffs and things. Yeah, and then like all the extensions, bits and stuff like that, all the different things. I do actually don't mind the Tone ones here for like the little ratchets. They're kind of nice, but I have broken like several of them already. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward and simple, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else I really need to show you. Oh, also, it's very hard to find like good multi-point sockets for getting head studs and stuff out. So if we have a look here, you can see that these Tone ones, right, they're nice and long, but they're really thick around here. So sometimes when I'm getting like a 2JZ head stud out, they don't fit, even though it's the right multi-point size, it just doesn't fit. And then I have to go and hunt around and find different sockets, like these cheap ones from Astro. So this is the equivalent of buying something from Harbor Freight. And these are like they break so easily, but they are much thinner multi-point sockets, so they actually fit in there. So that kind of is like another thing, is like just different brands, different things here, and it's kind of frustrating because I can't just go to one place and get a big nice set that isn't like stupid money, and it just makes no sense to buy it. But yeah, this is it. This is my toolbox, I guess. From here, things kind of cascade down. This is my spanner drawer. Once again, stuff's out and about on benches right now getting worked on. Everything here is eBay or like Harbor Freight Astro. It's not eBay, Amazon, my bad. Yeah, actually, spanners have been pretty good. I don't think I've broken a spanner yet. Sometimes I break a spanner on purpose and make a specialty tool to fit into a place. You can see there, like I've ground down the edges. It couldn't be a multi-point, so I found a cheap socket that was that and welded it on there. You know, like, oh yeah, and then this is probably my favorite, most usable tool, which is the 10mm keychains, ratcheting keychains that we sell on SAMMIT.net. This actually gets so much use, just is so easy to slide up in there in a bumper and undo a bumper with. It works really well. Moving on down, this is kind of our adjustable wrench drawer. Tons of coilover spanners, as well as, you know, AN fitting spanners, adjustable wrenches. These are actually freaking awesome. So this is another AN, like an AN spanner set, and Tone sells these. And these are at a different angle, if you see. So like when you're doing lines up on a turbo, see how this is at one particular angle, just like that, and you can only like flip it both sides, but see how this is angled like that? It allows you to get around the compressor housings and stuff and still tighten or loosen the fittings. So this is very, very handy, and this works for AN fittings as well as just American standard stuff. Yeah, really cool. Otherwise, yeah, that's just kind of like spanner, what do you call it, adjustable wrench drawer. This is like random tool drawer. This is probably the most expensive thing in this entire toolbox. This is for checking if your valves are leaking. Don't ask me why I bought it. I just bought it because I wanted the tool and it was like cool. Anyways, ton of other things in here, like, you know, ball joint, you know, presses or busters. We've got, you know, clutch pilot bearing pullers. We've got the caliper things, piston ring compressor, all the random little like tool things that you need. You know, look, that's for expanding piston rings. You can see all the different pulls and stuff like that and as well as like, you know, brake piston compressors and stuff. Moving on down, this is like the drawer of like all the little kit stuff that we use, whether it's rubber grommets, hose clamps, you know, self tappers. What are these things called? I can't think right now. I can't think. My brain is not. Riv nut kit. There you go. More hose clamps. These are like actually really handy. These are just like bungs. So they're like little AN things that just if you have a screw hole that you need to fill on a car, whether it's like a water port or something like that, this little kit is awesome because they've got everything in here and you can just seal a bung or a port on a block really quickly. Little stainless nut and bolt kits, all that type of stuff is in here. All my little, you know, O-rings and all that type of stuff as well. Moving on down, this is more of like kind of the dirty drawer. So everything goes in here that's kind of like a dirty tool. So, you know, air compressor tools, sanders, all that type of stuff, angle grinders, and all the things that go with that, if that makes sense. So yeah, kind of really, really simple there. Over here on this side, this is the oh no, we effed up drawer. Actually, this should not be here. This belongs here. This is, yeah, generally the we effed up drawer. So obviously all the different taps and stuff we've used over the times, which just keeps growing and growing because you never have the right tap that you need for the thing that you F up on in that moment. It's always one that you don't have and you have to rush to the home center or something or the hardware store before it closes. Anyways, also some measuring devices are in here. This is like my favorite measuring tape. How cool is this, guys? How freaking cool is this? And it just keeps going. This came from Switzerland too. These things are freaking baller. Look at this. I didn't even know how long that is. That's freaking sick. It's awesome. Anyways, these things are cool. That was another gift from that guy from Switzerland. Very cool. Yeah, so this is just the F-up drawer / measuring drawer. Measuring calipers are in here, batteries for the measuring caliper, the tap and die sets, obviously a feeler gauge as well as a thread gauge so we know what thread's what. Little flashlight, simple stuff. Oh, and also, you know, the little thing for getting rid of burrs and stuff. Moving on down, this is the kind of we need to clean stuff drawer. So, you know, wire brushes, scrapers, all that type of stuff, you know, Scotch-Brite, simple. Moving down, this is the zip tie drawer / where I store my brand new Scotch-Brite as well as safety wire, and that's that. Simple. And then this is another kind of, it's too big random drawer that I just don't know where to put it, so it goes in here. Some bag of Deutsch connectors, the fender roller and the headstand, as well as just a bunch of random hoses and cables that I don't need, and empty cases from tools that I've bought. So all the empty cases that they come in and stuff go in there, as well as a taxi garage spare wheel for one of those razor drift kart things.
Why?
Why? Because I got a spare for what's his name? Hanamaru, what's his name? I don't know. Hanamaru-san, yeah. I got that for him. Yeah, so that's it. That's my toolbox tour. All in all, the toolbox hasn't broken. I haven't had any issues with it. It's been really easy to work with. And I think it's probably not a bad place to start if you need a toolbox to just put your tools in. Before, everything was just everywhere, and I really didn't have many tools, and I worked out of just, you know, some of those like temporary toolkits that you get that you normally just throw in the back of your car to take to drift events. So it was kind of nice to have this, but definitely I need something now. Like, it's getting to the point now where I need like some more professional, more high quality tools, and we're really starting to look into where to invest for that. And I think it'll be really, really good. But to where we've gotten now, this has been great, but we've definitely had to kind of MacGyver some things along the way, and things have taken a lot longer than they probably should have if we had the right tool for the job, if that makes sense. But it doesn't mean that you can't get it done. It just means more time, or you got to be a little bit more creative. So yeah, I think all in all, she served me well. And yeah, I don't know what I'll do with this. If I ever end up getting some nicer tool cases and tool kits or whatever, what I'll probably end up doing with this is maybe making this my dedicated electronic toolbox, that might be cool, and maybe scratch off the Kirkland signature things. It's so funny seeing the Kirkland brand label on here. It's actually not that bad, like I'm not gonna lie. For a cheap, good roller toolbox, it's been pretty good. Compared to some of the nice ones I've used from like, you know, Rudnick's shop, like he has Mako ones or Snap-on ones, those are nice. This definitely feels a little thinner, but it normally sits in the corner of your shop, you know what I mean? If this was going backwards and forwards from the track, probably you'd start to see some big dings and stuff appear on it and whatnot. But if this is just staying in the shop like this has its entire life in one place, then I don't think you'd have any issues with it. That's pretty good. Thanks for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed this little tour of my toolbox. Let me know if you think I should have done something better with it, or if you think it's trash, or what, I don't know. Like, comment, share, subscribe. More content coming on this channel soon. Peace.
He said, son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten and the damned? He said, will you defeat them, your demons and all the non-believers?